Well, hello there. Thank you for coming and welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. Tough day it's been indeed. Crazy days, crazy days. Let's go over to the comments and see who's in the house. So we have Stephen Tina Jewel. Hello to you. Blue Self Reliance, hello to you, and BC Treasure Trails, who I've just edited a video, BC Treasure Trails, and you are mentioned in an actual full-length video. You will find the video quite easily because I've got a hashtag to your channel, so it should link up to you when it comes out. It's about a charity shop haul, and it's the one where you help identify something for me from there. So that's what that's about, so you don't keep wondering. So a big hello to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we're going to begin first of all with this. So let's have a look over here and see what's coming up. I'm going to continue on reading a tiny bit more about Greek myths, about the Greek gods and the story of those. We have what to watch on your coffee break. We have some herb information in our gardening section. We, of course, have some jokes. We'll continue with looking at my book of birds. So we'll look at another bird today. Some hints and tips and hacks, of course, and an arts and crafts part today as well. So that's what we've got coming up if I survive that long. Oh dear. So Jason says here, keep an eye out, BC Treasure Trails. Do go and check out each other's channels if you haven't got there yet. I hope you're already with each other because you're all people who tend to come on quite a lot, and I thank you for that. Though was it my last live or one before that, we had lots of new folk coming in, so that was pretty cool as well. So before I begin, let's have a little look at this. Yes, I'm ready now. The interludes were invented for me personally. Okay, yes, I've actually got a card to go out full of seeds. It's sitting, waiting for Mike to take it when he next drives and can post it for me. So you know who you are if they're coming for you. Okay, so let's go on to our first subject of the day, which is our first theme. And Blue's doing a fantastic job there linking channels. Thank you so much for that, Blue. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're continuing where we left off. And it goes on to say, at one time Zeus grew too proud of his power over the other gods, and his haughtiness made them resentful. A number of them, encouraged by Hera, was annoyed with Zeus for neglecting her, thought that he needed to be taught a lesson. They seized him and bound him with ropes, tied him in 100 knots. Helpless, he raged at them, but they only laughed mockingly. They discussed in front of him which god should be his successor, and he realised that unless something was done, he would be supplant, just as he has been supplanted by his father. However, while Zeus struggled vainly to free himself, others became concerned at the prospect of yet another war amongst the gods. Amongst these was the sea nymph. She took swift action and brought the 100-handed giant, a son of Uranus, to a spot where Zeus lay, fuming with anger. With each of his 100 hands, the giant untied one knot. In no time, the mightiest of the gods was freed once more and thirsting for revenge. Poseidon and Apollo, who had been the two leaders in the plot, were sent far across the sea to Asia Minor to work for a while for King Laomedon, building the walls of Troy. Hera received some more extreme punishment. She was hung from the sky with a heavy bronze anvil suspended from each ankle until all the other gods had sworn solemn oaths that they would never again rebel. So that's our little bit there. Okay. Why did you get their name wrong? Lou's saying, go check out BC Treasure Trails because they's awesome. And I'm an idiot who got their name wrong. When did you get their name wrong? Did I miss something there? Treasure Trails. Oh, BT. You put BT. I must admit, Blue, it does look like BT. I must admit that when I very first came across Jason's channel, I must admit the way the letters are, that type of, what do you call it, font, it does, if you look quick, look like BT. I'll go look back now. Yeah, it does if you look quick. Yes. It's where he is from, Blue. That's what the BC's from. Yeah, it's hard to read. Okay, yeah, go and check out Jason. He's absolutely awesome. I'm actually looking at some people's back videos now. I'm looking, way back, because I don't think very many people I knew from the beginning of their channels. Some yes, some no. So I'm actually going right back to the beginning. It's also good as well to see how people have grown in the way they edit or present or just the content, for example. Oh, my camera died today. I have no camera now. All my videos now are going to be filmed via my phone, which I'm not very steady holding anyway. So let me know if you see a difference or not. It'd be very interesting. Obviously, I've got a few bits of footage already filmed, but it'd be interesting if you see a difference or not. I'm not buying another camera. I can't really afford to do that. I've got to save some money for my future. So, yeah. I know it's scary back there, don't do it all, says Blow. It's interesting because a lot of bigger channels actually delete their old stuff or re-edit it. So interesting. All mine are there. I've never taken a video down. I never will. I took time to make it. It's there. What's all your guys' very first video? Mine is what I expect from a channel. Mine is introducing my channel, what it's going to be about. That is my very first video. And as someone says, you sound like someone's holding a gun to your head the way you're speaking. But remember, I started doing YouTube to help with my speech, which is definitely better now. So it was very difficult to think and speak and think what I was going to say and not miss anything out. So that's why I sound like I do. I'm certainly not afraid to speak or speak in public. I'm a performer. So there wasn't any nervousness or anything like that. So Blue says, I'm not deleting anything. It can't be a journey without a beginning or a new beginning, Blue. Everyone mentions my channel without meaning to. A new beginning. Okay, talking of new beginnings, let's have a look at this. Do you want to hear something funny? It's actually sad, but it's funny, sad. Funny, sad. Today I wanted to have a bit of a break later this week. So what I sometimes do is I post on this channel Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, I post on Monday and Wednesday. So no Friday on that one. That's an actual video posted. So what I sometimes do, because this channel, I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I haven't got a Tranquility to post on Friday, sometimes I'll schedule on Wednesday when I'm posting this channel, I'll schedule a Friday one. If there's one ready, I'll schedule it. So that gives me Friday a bit of time because I only go on my computer Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Very rare if I go Tuesday or Thursday or weekend. Very rare. I don't do any social media on my phone apart from my shorts. So you won't see me on your channels unless, I don't know, Mike's gone out and I can't do anything. So I might watch someone's video, something like that. It's very rare, very rare. I don't do scrolling and stuff. So that gives me then Fridays free to maybe plan. I call it an office day. It's a city day. The every alternate day is a sitting day to sit and do stuff on the computer. And then the other days are whatever else I want to do. So I thought today, right, okay, then, it gives me Friday free then if I've scheduled it to maybe plan the next videos, think about what I want to do. I'm trying to use up some old bits of footage I've got and edit them together to make something rather than these little bits I've saved that don't belong with anything. So I'm trying to kind of make them into videos. So today, I keep getting my days completely wrong. I thought it was Wednesday. So today, I write in my books. I do my books and I write down what I've posted. I write what I post. And then if someone wants a certain video, they say, have you got a video on blah, blah? I've got another file with themes like growing things and whatever else. These have got numbers. And I look up that number video on my Word doc and I can straight away, very quickly, as long as I've got my Word doc up, tell you what number video it is or give you the URL. So I write them in the order I've posted them and they got a number. So I thought it was Wednesday. So I posted for Wednesday. Then I started to do a schedule one for Friday, realised, oh no, it's Monday. So I've posted today. So I use the schedule one for Wednesday because I can't mess up my order or it'll be wrong. So then I had to also schedule for Friday. So I've posted 3 videos today. And then because I did that, I thought, well, I might as well schedule Tranquility for posted for today and schedule that for Wednesday, so I've got no more to post this week. So I've posted with the schedules 5 videos today. I'm absolutely knackered. It's not so much doing them, it's the time it takes to wait and load. One took 2 hours to load, and I don't do long videos, I just have old equipment. It's not the internet, I've got very good internet, so that was crazy. I've just dropped my book on the floor because I got excited showing you. So yeah, absolute craziness. I've scheduled and posted 5 videos today, and I like to put up every day that I do post, I like to put community post up. I'm doing funny signs at the moment on this channel, so I wanted to put that up because a couple of people said they look forward to that, knowing when it's going to be posted. Blue's first video, she says, mine is, I think, when I planting garlic at the old flat before we got fence panels up. It looks like we're living in a jail. Yeah, we know, really, we know. So seeing as I've posted and scheduled so much, I really don't know now. You know, I get mixed up what I've edited and what I've posted, so now I've got no clue. So let's have a look and see. So this is what to watch on your coffee break, basically. Let me see. So it's Monday today. So on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, I've posted part 11 of my nan's autobiography that she wrote, and I'm reading it. So that's part 11, and it's about the London boat race back in the day. I'm up to, what age is she now that I'm reading? She's just gone to work. She's at work now. I'm going to say she's probably 17 now, I'm not sure. And then she also talks about a party that went wrong. Yes, they're very short episodes. That one particularly is 5 minutes, so that's how short they are. You can jump in and out of them. Do watch them in the right order. So if you want to watch one, start at the beginning. It's got a playlist called something like The Autobiography of My Nan, Patricia Joyce Hurst. So do start at the beginning. There's funny bits, sad bits, all sorts. And then I see Steve and Tina are saying the funny pictures, the signs. And on Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, I've done a whole video full of them, a whole video full of funny signs. So take a look at that. And when you watch it, underneath is a link to another one I've done, a whole video of funny signs. That takes ages to do, to edit. And then coming up after that is going to be a video of sunsets, the moon photography, just little old me taking pictures of the moon with a normal camera, nothing fancy, but they are really good pictures, rainbows and some thunder. So that's on my other channel. Steve and Tina saying, Blue, strange how some videos take more time to load. I wonder sometimes, is it how much traffic there is going into YouTube at certain times of the day? They've only got a certain amount of system. So I wonder sometimes that. So if everyone gets up and starts uploading at the same time. On this channel today, I don't know if everyone's seen it yet. I know some of you are just getting up and starting your day. I've done a video on raking, because people love my raking and sawing and those type of videos. So hey, raking, but also about some progress elsewhere in my garden. On Wednesday, it will be part 2 of Walk R, because I letter them. So if you ever come and stay here and you like one of my particular walk videos, I can take you on that same walk. And that is Wild Nature Walk. And then on Friday will be another charity shop haul. So you will see there's some amazing finds there. absolute amazing finds. There was something I got for, I can't remember if it's €3 or €4. It says in the video, and they are literally brand new and they are worth brand new. I looked it up when I got home, €79. Yes. So you'll see that. And then there was other amazing bargains like that as well. And then my next video will be cypress birds and bird nest. So there's some things to look forward to on your tea break. Okay, Blue, no problem. Thank you for being here. Blue says our internet is awful, similar speeds to dial up, Steve. It's a nightmare. Yes, I'm all right on the internet. Our internet here, considering we're rural and there's not any houses around or anything like that, they were doing a thing here just before the pandemic that all rural villages were going to get the best internet, no matter how abandoned they were or sparse. It was the government's way of trying to get the young people to want to come back to the small villages, the villages. And they were doing that, and they started doing that. And apart from good internet, it's also very cheap internet. It's very good. Can't moan about that when we didn't even have it when we first lived here. We didn't even have it at all. Okay, let's move on. Let me change out of the chat and let's do this. So I thought we'd talk lavender today. And the reason for choosing to talk about lavender today is I've just bought some lavender seeds. Now, I've never had success with seeds of lavender, so I'm giving it another go. I've actually put some in one of my giveaways and see if they have any success with it. And yeah, so I've planted them all, apart from the ones that give them away. So they've all gone, all in one container, and let's see what happens. I'm not holding my breath. But things you can do with lavender, if you've got lavender, is lavender water. This is made by using both the flowers and the leaves. Quantities are not critical, and both fresh and dried material together or separate can be used. For instance, if you have only a small amount of dried lavender flowers, you can increase this by adding fresh leaves. And the way to do it is measure a 300 ml, which is half a pint of lavender, fairly well packed, and boil it in just enough water to cover it. Clean rainwater is best, but not essential. Let it all simmer for 15 minutes and they'll then allow it to cool and steep for at least an hour. Then you strain it. The lavender water is now ready to use, but in this state, it cannot be kept for long. To preserve it and at the same time to provide a fixative for the scent, add a teaspoon of pure alcohol, vodka or brandy. Bottle and close the top. And you can also try and do lavender bags. These are filled with lavender flowers, but you can also add the dried leaves, although these are not so strongly scented enough to use alone. Strip the flowers from the stems. Save the stems to burn like incense to sweeten the air in a closed room. Make sure they are completely dry. Keep them in airtight containers until you're ready to use them. Lavender flowers, when properly dried, should keep their fragrance for 5 years or so. Make the bags from small double squares or other shaped pieces of muslin or some very fine cotton material. A purple or lavender coloured pattern adds to the charm of the finished bags, as does a touch of lavender coloured ribbon or stitching. Obviously, the bags are left open at one end for filling. Later they are either stitched so the bag lies flat when filled, suitable for placing amongst linen sheets and similar items, or the neck of the bag can be drawn up so the lavender is in a little sack. Gathered prettily and given a little loop, this kind can be hung from a coat hanger. The same pattern of hanging bag can be used for moth-repellent mixtures. I hope that's of some use to you. Let's have a look at the chat. Stephen Tina, the speed ping test, I only get 10% of the up to speed. I'm told the internet service can go up to. BC Treasure Trails, Jason says, stop seeding those torrents, Steve. Stephen Tina say the lavender water tastes better with the vodka. Leave the vodka, I'll just take the brandy bit, thanks. I just saw one of Stephen Tina's videos today. They're showing you a house for sale. They're not looking, they're just showing you a house for sale. I just saw that before I came on, thought I'd mention it. And I think it was Jason's channel. You know, I've just been saying about I'm looking at old videos. I think it's from your channel. I've saved to watch later. An old cabin, an old wooden abandoned cabin. If that's your channel, I've saved that one to watch later. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I've seen that one. It's quite old, a very old video. I'm guessing years ago it was. So, see, been on your channels, been looking. Okie dokie. Old cabin's my jam. Yeah, it's an old wooden. It looks like it had rubbish in and a bit knocked down. I only saw the thumbnail and I've saved that to watch later because, yeah, I'm into that kind of thing as well. Old abandoned buildings and the such. Okay, let's go on to this. So today I've got two for you, and these are both from my book of after dinner speeches. So little antidotes. Antidotes, I keep saying that. Mike tells me off when I say wrong words, not antidotes. What's the word? Does it say on the front? No, you know what I mean. Not antidotes. What's the word? Oh, where's Blue when you need her? What are they called? What's the word, guys? Not antidotes. What do you call them? Oh. Who knows? You know what I mean. Okay, after dinner speeches. So the first one says, an old destroyer acquired a new commanding officer. The ship's company was falling in, and the old captain made his farewell speech, introduced his successor, and left. The new CO looked at the crew over, and he said, this isn't my ship, it isn't your ship, it's our ship. And the voice muttered, good, let's sell it. Let's sell it. Anadol. Isn't that like an aspirin? Oh no, it's Panadol. Anadol, is that what it is? Well, I'm thinking antidote. Okay. So the second one goes, nowadays, the term credibility, or lack of, is frequently on the lips of critics of our political leaders and others. I'm reminded of an occasion when one of my aunts took her two young children to Madame Tussauds. This is a waxwork place, models made of waxwork to look like famous and real people. As both children are now in their 70s, it would be appreciated. This was many years ago. Like many other before and since, my aunt was taken in by the waxwork policeman standing, just inside the door, and asked him a question. Then, realising her mistake, she said apologetically, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you know, for a moment, I quite thought you were real." That's quite fun. Again, oh, poor Steve's autocorrect. Is there any words that you guys get wrong? I used to say, I've told this story, when we were having our wedding in Cyprus, the meal and the dancing and everything, I'll say a pier because you all know what a pier is, but it was more than a pier. We had it on this big jetty thing, really pretty it was, and they said, right, what do you want? And you can have anything you want, just say, and we'd provide it all. And I was saying I wanted a dance floor because it was all cobbles, like stone cobble, paving, but like cobbles. So I said, well, we need a little dance floor there, and I wanted some drapes and things, and they had like old-fashioned lamppost up the side, and they had kind of metal going across and down like arches, but nothing over it, and it was all painted cypress blue, really pretty. And I said, could you find some Muslims to hang over there, over the metal? Muslims, can you find some Muslims? And they went, I mean, muslin. No, I still think it's Muslims, but it's muslin, apparently, the material. Muslin. So, yeah, what words do you guys get wrong? Or think are a different way of saying them. What are your words? Okay, let's go on. Oh, here I am, just tidying up as I go, or else I'll finish alive and I'll spend another 10 minutes tidying up my room. I'm trying to put things into piles. Steve and Tina say tail and towel. Tail and towel. I've got one like that. Well, a bit different. How do you guys say these two words? Why am I not typing? I need to be in the box. Right, how do you say that? And how do you say that? The first one like can be made of brick or something like that. And the second one is what you knit with. How do you say those differently? Of course I can't hear you. Just one word, tail. I see, towel. Yes, towel. But it's your accent. It's your accent, isn't it? Towel. See, I say tail and towel. So for me, it's completely different words. But yeah, I can see how you say it with your accent. I was listening to your accent on your video today. Yes. You say wool for both of them. You say wool, and you don't know which one I'm saying. Rover has a fluffy tail. Very good. That's funny. Rover has a fluffy tail. I bet he does. Yes, so it's often words that sound the same. Apparently, the words I've written is wool and wool. wool. I say wool and wool. I say them the same, wool and wool. But it's supposed to be wool and wool. Wool. Okay, so we're on to my bird book. These are English birds, but I'm sure we have them all. And today we're speaking about the wood pigeon. The wood pigeon. The wood pigeon. Here is a wood pigeon, if you don't know it. There's the wood pigeon. Here's. Ooh. 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 I'm sure I've got that right. So he has a white and green neck patch. The juvenile lacks this patch and is duller overall. In the countryside, farmers regard the wood pigeon as a pest because of its appetite for cereals, root crops. Normally wary as a result, this large pigeon becomes tame in built-up areas where you may see it walking towards a supply of food or water with a typically pigeon-toed gait. The male often advertises his presence in the territory, which may be no more than a single tree, simply by sitting conspicuously. A wood pigeon in a bare tree is difficult to miss. Coo, coo. Ah, Steve speaks pigeon too. His wing flash, a striking white wing flash, separates the black outer wing and grey inner wing, most noticeable when in flight. And yes, you can see that here on his wing here. Voice. Oh, well, we've all been doing the voice. The song is a plaintive coo, 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 coo. The first faint note of which is easily missed. A bout of cooing ends with a final cook. You may hear a softer cooing during courtship when the male bows before the female with his plunging puffed out and tail fanned. Taking off. When flying off, the wood pigeon's wings meet over its back with a sharp clap. The manoeuvre is so strenuous that it will not be repeated in a hurry. Once disturbed, the bird settles in a tree from which it can effortlessly launch itself by dropping. It has a black-tipped tail. The wing clap takes it up and then it glides down and along. Display flight. You will see the display flight, which is steep climb and glide, mostly in February and March, and sometimes after the male takes up territories in winter. At the top of the arc, one or two loud wing claps can be heard. These are whip cracks on the downstroke rather than the wings striking together. The beak. The slightly hooked beak, not found on other European pigeons, is designed for tearing leaves. Feeding. The wood pigeon likes especially peas and beans and brassicas such as cabbage, swedes, turnips, Brussels sprouts. Other foods are acorns, beech mast, don't know what that is, haws, I don't know what that is, elders and weed seeds, as well as worms, snails and insects. Do not be surprised to see a pigeon eating grit. It is used to grind food in its gizzard, the muscle part of the stomach gizzard. Bird table, a rare visitor. The wood pigeon may come to the ground stations for bread, seeds and vegetable scraps. It's more likely to visit for a drink at garden pond or bird bath. We always have them here. Ah, you're off. Have a wonderful day. I'm off for the day. Thank you so much for being here, Jason. Always appreciated and lovely to see you. Yes, we always have. I've got lots of filming of doves and wood pigeons drinking out of our bird water feeders. Unique drinking. Pigeons put their beaks into the water and suck. Other birds raise their heads to let the water trickle down their throats. That's interesting. Ivy food. In winter, look for wood pigeons eating ivy berries. Wood pigeons do serious damage to sprouts and cabbages in winter. Nesting. Both parents assemble a flimsy platform, usually in a tree, but sometimes on a building, from twigs gathered from the ground or snapped off trees. Yes, we got some on top of one of our outbuildings. They just let the what's the tree? Pine tree. Let the needles fall down. They had a few sticks and they just sit on that. Eggs laid at 1 to 3 day intervals. can be seen through the floor of the nest. Yeah, they're not good house builders. If the nest is reused, it becomes bulkier. The long nesting season is a result of the wood pigeon's ability to feed its squabs, nestlings, on pigeon's milk, a cheesy secretion from the crop rich in protein and fat. Most other garden birds feed their youngs on insects, which are only available for a limited season. And to end, nesting information, February to November, 2 broods, 2 white eggs, 17 days incubation, both sexes, 20 to 35 days fledging, and 1 week until they are independent. So I hope we've learnt something there today of our birdies, our birdie friends. So that's considered quite a common bird, really, a wood pigeon. Normal pigeons more so, but wood pigeons pretty much. And I think people hunt wood pigeons. It's supposed to be a good delicacy. Okie doke, let's go on to this. If you recall, last week I dropped the book and couldn't find the page I was going to read to you, so I found it for today. And this is meat. If you're a meat eater, this might be for you. I have 3 tips. First tip, before roasting lamb, tuck bits of garlic into tiny holes in the meat to improve the flavour. Number 2, to remove excess fat from stock, drop ice cubes into the pot and the fat will cling to the cubes. If you have no fridge, then place a few lettuce leaves in the pot and watch the fat cling to them. Now, I knew about the ice cubes, but I didn't know about the lettuce leaves. That's very interesting. And the third tip, for a smooth gravy, I love gravy, keep a jar of equal parts of flour and corn flour. Put 3 to 4 tablespoons, which is 60 to 80 mils, of this mixture into another jar. Add some water and shake well. Add the smooth paste to your gravy. So I hope you got some little cooking tips there for your meat. What's your favourite meat? Interesting. I'm assuming that's about the lettuce. Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? That is very interesting indeed. Definitely. Okie doke. What number do we need now? Number 5. Let's go on to this. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you'll know I've got some new accessories. Some are bought, but most were from the charity shop. I guess that's bought as well, but you know what I mean. So this is my little box that, whether I'm doing cross stitch or whether I'm doing embroidery, I have with me. So this is my bits and pieces tools, if you like, and I've reorganized it all to fit in everything that I now have. I can't tip it too much. So this little box here, this box here, is a box that was in the stuff I got in the charity shop of rubbish. There's rubbish stuff. You'll see the videos coming up. There's good stuff as well, but a lot of rubbish. And what I've done in there is I've put all the pins I had on that little bit of material on the top, so it stops them all rolling around loose. And the rest of this box is all different types of needles. So the box was in the charity shop box of €2. It was full of craft stuff. A lot of it was rubbish, but there was some good bits as well. So a lot of that was needles. All the needles are in there. And that fits, look, so perfectly into that section. Now I've put in this little section here by my fingers, don't want to tip it too much, all the needle threaders and magnets. Now the magnets, I put one on the front of what I'm working on, like the cross stitch or embroidery, one on the back so it sticks together, and I use it like people pay money for a needle minder. So when you're stitching, and you don't have to stop stitching and just stick it through the material and make marks if you're going off to do something else. So you have what's called a needle minder. So it's basically magnets. So I put one on the front, one on the back, and then when I stop stitching, the needle just sits there. So that's pretty cool, really good. Oh, Steve likes most meats. Yeah, definitely me too. Meat too. And then in this compartment here, I've got some little Steve and Tina jewels. Got some little jewel things. They're going on the project I'm doing, but I don't want to put them on till I've finished all the stitching so I don't lose them. And I've also got some, what do you call them? Like post-it note things, but these ones mark the pages. So I've got the arrow ones. I can point to what line I'm on if I'm stitching following a pattern, or I can use them as markers in a book if I want patterns from different pages, whatever. This top area here, I've got my scissors. Now I had these in high school. They're not actually for sewing and whatever. They're fold-up scissors. Ooh, look, little glasses. They're fold-up scissors, and I bought these for school because we had to have scissors. But I use them for this. I've got a thimble that was in the charity shop stuff. I've got a tape measure. And these were in the charity shop haul, which they're what I looked at and wanted first. There, you wind your thread on, your embroidery thread, and you cross stitch thread on each one. You can write what number they are. So I've got that in there. Then the top middle, next to the scissors at the top, is tailor chalk. Now I found these tailor chalk in the charity shop craft box, and I'd bought some little miniature different colour ones in my favourite shop of all time, Jumbo. I'd bought those, and they're in a little container, and they all fit together nicely in there. The middle section, I keep, as you can see, my needles that I'm actually using. Got too much light coming in. The needles I'm using. I made this pin cushion, but this is actually the back of it. That's the front that I made, but it's just better to stick the needles in the back. So I made that, but it sits the other way up. And finally, you would have seen this little box in the top section. It's an old butter, but spreadable butter container. I just stuck some stickers and things on it, and that sits in there. When I cut off the end of threads, whoops, they all go in there, and then I don't have to empty them out. They're lengths that you can't reuse, so you don't have to keep going and emptying them out or put them on the chair or table. They go in there, and that fits rather perfectly in there. So that's my little tidy up there. Talking of meats, I was talking to one of our friends on the chat, on their channel, and they were talking about moose meat. I've never had moose meat. I've never tried it. I fancy that. And I said, what is it most like? And she said, beef. And I thought, oh, that does sound rather nice, moose meat. You must have had that then, Steve. Steve and Tina must have had moose meat for sure. I expect BC Treasure Trails has had moose meat. And she said that she's hoping to make some jerky out of it, and she'll see if it's possible to send me some. So that would be awesome. I'll get to try moose meat. Not yet. Oh, you haven't had it yet? Can you imagine? Tina, I brought moose home. Get the spit out on the barbecue, the rotisserie. Oh dear. Yeah. I've had all sorts of meats. I've had, don't remember if it was alligator or crocodile, but one of those, alligator or crocodile meat. I'm guessing they taste similar. Ostrich. I love ostrich meat. Ostrich meat is basically chicken, like the most succulent, delicious chicken you've ever had. That's ostrich if you've not had it. Oh, you've had bear and beaver. Ooh, what's beaver like? That reminds me a bit ratty. I know people eat rat meat. What's beaver like, Steve? I don't fancy beaver. Bear, I would imagine, is really meaty. I suppose beaver would be. People say rat meat's actually good. Had crocodile, yeah. I've had bison. I wouldn't have bison again. That's dead chewy, like a really tough meat. Was it bison? Yeah, it was bison. Sure it was bison. Yeah, bison. Didn't like that. What else have I had more weird for me? What I feel is more weird. I've had pigeon. It was okay, actually. Again, I wouldn't have ordered it particularly, but I've had pigeon. That was okay. I would have said that's cross between chicken and turkey, as in not succulent as such, but you know how turkey's more, what would you say, more of a rich meat, not so succulent. So not quite like that, but not chicken either. So I'd say in between the two, I would say for that. What else did I had? I went to safari, and you'll never guess where I went on safari. There's an island off of Cuba, and that whole island is a safari. There's no fences or anything. The whole island is a safari. You go and you drive. Oh, zebra. I've had zebra. Zebra was okay. And you see all the animals, and then you eat the animals. You don't hunt them. You see them all, and then you try them all. I found that a bit, I'm not someone that appreciates hunting. I get it, and I think you should have to kill your meat to eat your meat. And if it ever came to that day, I would probably not eat meat. But people need to do it, and whatever else, and keep things down, numbers down, and I get all the things about it. Steve says beaver was in a pie. Didn't really know what it tastes like. No, to me that's like a giant rat. Those other water animals, they have them a lot, particularly in France. They look like beavers, but they don't have the beaver tail, and they've got a funny name. I can't think of them. They're beaver size, and they see them a lot in their lakes and ponds and rivers. They're definitely not beavers. They've got a name. I can't think of it. But yeah, beaver's interesting. Bear, is bear a rich meat or just a really good meaty meat? It's brown meat, obviously. What's bear most like? If you had to say what bear was most like of a meat, I might know. I'm going to guess it's like beef, more like beef than anything else. I'm going to guess bear is a bit like beef. Beef. Yes. Yeah, I bet bear's quite nice, actually. I'm assuming is that black bear? I'm assuming that's black bear. I know you get grizzly bear, but I'm going to say that's black bear. And are there rules on, there's got to be seasons. Is it like you can only have 2 bear or 1 bear? Fat's good for baking. Oh, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, what's the rules of hunting bear? There's got to be seasons. We have here hunting seasons for certain things. It's all one hunting season. It's nearly finished now. I think it finishes the end of this month. And it starts November, I think it is. And they can only hunt on Wednesdays and Sundays. Only Wednesday and Sundays. They obviously have to finish before it's dark, but they start shooting when it's dark in the morning, so I don't get that. And you're not a hunter. So, and then they have, within that time, there's certain things they can hunt, like certain months or whatever, so they can't just shoot anything. And we have wardens that go round. They're not allowed to hunt where I am, but you can certainly hear them going round. But we're in a nature reserve, so they're not supposed to hunt round here, but you can hear them and see them across the valley and whatever. And there's certain things they can have at certain times. The warden goes round and she can randomly go up to anyone or wait at someone's truck. They have to show their permit for hunting license, the gun license, a check to show that the gun has been checked the beginning of that actual season. So they have to carry all this paper with them. They have to show what they've got in their truck, as in you're allowed to say, I don't know the amount, but say it's 2 hares per day, let's say. They have to show in their truck what they've got so far. So if they come back with a whole string of hares, they're in trouble. You can't say you're getting them for other people. As I say, there's certain times within the hunting season. There's a quail time. You can only hunt quail. Quail and pheasant mostly they hunt here. Quail, pheasant, hares. I think that's the main what they hunt here. And birds. I don't know what the birds are, but certain birds. 600 black bears put down by game wardens. Goodness. I know it's quite a big thing in Canada that people just sometimes, some people just shoot for the sport. It's controlled. Good. I know years ago there was a big thing about it. Yeah, so we have like park rangers, I guess you would call them, but they're like wardens, and they come, and I've got a number, we keep it. If you see someone with the gun, like in the area, they can't carry the gun around. They have to drive to where they're hunting, in a hunting area, so they can't just walk along with the gun in this area. And you call the number and someone comes. It's actually a female we've got, which is quite rare out here. Yeah, so that's mostly what they shoot. As I say, quail and pheasant. Other birds, I don't really know what they are that they get. Must be pigeons, wood pigeons, I suppose. I don't know. And then hares. There's so many hares around here. Fish and Games officers, same as police. Yeah, they have the authority here, exactly the same as well. Yes. So I think I will leave it there today because I've just hit my hour. Trying to keep it under an hour or about an hour each time. So I will finish there. Thank you for everyone that's been in the chat. If you're watching this back later, don't forget, if you are not doing your gardening or whatever while you're listening, do look at the chat, bring it up on your screen, and go and check out the awesome community that comes onto my chat. Thank you, Steve and Tina. As I say, they've just done a house tour. So if you like nosy around houses, go and watch their video there. They've got a really good video of that if you're into that sort of thing. Oh, Twinbrook Acres just coming in at the end. Oh, Rick, you're very welcome. Bless you. Bless you. That's fine coming in at the end. Let's say a big hello to Rick before we disappear. We'll say a big hello to Rick from Twinbrook Acres. So there's a special hello for Rick. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. As I say, thank you very much for being here. It really is appreciated. And if you weren't here at the beginning, go back to the beginning and see what crazy day I've had. Absolutely bananas it was. Oh, I need to get my head screwed on. Okay, I will see you back here on Wednesday, even though I thought it was Wednesday today. Wimble Cake says I have an incredible act of coming in at the end of the chat. At least we know you're still alive, so okay guys, so I'll be here back Wednesday and hope to see you then. Have a great day if it's the start of your day, or if not, have a great tomorrow as well. See you soon. Bye for now.